Are you trying to build the best team in Madden? Well, go today and avoid the packs and save some racks. Head on over, use code CC for 15% off. Hey, what is going on, Madden family? We are talking golden tickets today. The information, the news, it came out this week. Golden tickets are coming back. I'm pretty excited about it. We're going to show it all to you, of course, right? Why not? But the difference this year in golden tickets is when they come out, the actual tickets themselves, that it's not going to be some sort of money grab, which is really kind of dope. I don't mind it. As someone who could use a lot of coins or points to pull for them, that's always an exciting part. But I'm okay with not being able to do it. So yeah, it's fine. But I really want to get into talking about the golden tickets here. And I'm going to be pulling some stuff up here. And what I want to talk about is what is a golden ticket, right? If you're new, how it's all going to work, and then the best way to design a golden ticket if you happen to pull one, okay? If you do pull a golden ticket, my door is open, right? I don't want to pick the card. I do not want to pick the card for you, but it will help you make whatever card you want to make it the best possible card. That's sort of what I'm saying here and doing here. So let's get into this. Right? So what we're going to be doing is a few things here. First off, what we need to talk about is actual golden tickets, right? So let's watch this. You're not even going to know what happened. We can see this. So there's going to be 2 opportunities for golden tickets coming out based on a solo challenge. Tuesday, March 10th, 9 Eastern. Friday, March 13th, 10 Eastern. What a golden ticket is, you pull the ticket, you get to design a card for the game. It's a really dope thing that EA does. We didn't do it last year. They did it this year. Cool. And each of the times there's going to be 5 per console, 5 on Xbox, 5 on PS4. Repeating Friday, 5 and 5, right? Pretty simple. So you got to do the solo if you want a chance at it. If you happen to not be on it both of those times, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. They picked, honestly, pretty good times. So golden ticket has to be based off a player item that has already been released, obviously. Cannot be players who retired, aka like Andrew Luck. Right, you can't use icons or from Superstar KO. It's normal. They get a physical chemistry slot, which would be your sprinter or your brawler or your shaker. I have to power these cards up. Because also, hey, guess what? They're not part of the power up pass. They're like the end game for that card, which is okay. They get the team chemistry slot from any team they played for. Again, that's good. They'll have 10 days to be contacted. Winners get to, and this is the big part, winners get to choose which tier 3 buckets they want for abilities, okay? So, you could choose Michael Vick and you get 4 slots. You could choose a Field General, Strong Arm, Improviser, Scramble slot. That's not obviously what you want to do, but that's the idea there. You don't get to pick the ability the card gets. You just get to pick the slot it gets, right? So you're not saying, I want this card to have Hot Route Master. You're saying this card could get Hot Route Master. If that makes sense. What someone is going to get to do when they boost the card, it's going to be more of a realistic boost. You're not going to get a 99 speed Tom Brady, 99 speed Peyton Manning, etc. The physical ratings, which are like your speed, your acceleration, your agility, your strength, those are just going to go up. EA is going to change those, but you will get to pick other ratings you want to boost as well, like those main boosts, those things that you want to get to 99, right? There's going to be other things and other ratings that are just going to have to get naturally boosted as well to make the card a 99 overall, right? So if you pick like power move, finesse move, and impact blocking, right? Then EA is probably going to up the block shedding and stuff just by themselves on a card. The cards are not limited time. They're going to be in packs starting on Thursdays, 2 at a time. Higher odds to start for 48 hours. Remaining packs for this year. Last time they did it, I believe, was Madden 17. This sounds like a really good idea, except if you think back to Madden 17, they were actually ultimate tickets that year, and they were impossible to pull. They were ridiculously impossible to pull. They were 5 and 10 million coins a piece for the good ones, the Randy Mosses, your Deons, and all that. So kind of scary. First come, first serve, etc., etc., etc. Cool. So now let's get into the breakdown. Again, I don't want to talk about who you should pick, right? I'm going to list off a couple names here for cards I think that would be really good options. And I'm not going to really even mention quarterback, but we'll talk about how you should build a quarterback. The biggest cards that have come to mind, and I'm a big out of position kind of guy, so free safety Calvin Johnson, tight end Calvin Johnson, strong safety Urlacher, linebacker Julius Peppers. Those cards really sort of stand out. If we get more Ultimate Legends next weekend, we get like a Sean Taylor linebacker card or a Randy Moss cornerback card in that. Those cards would also go in there. There's also cards like the Mike Evans cornerback. Could be really good as well. I saw Shuggy's talking about that. So could be a good way. Now, as we are designing these cards, a lot of times you're not really going to be able to go wrong, right? With a running back, you're going to be able, you could pick stuff. But what we're going to focus on is the best way to make these cards, because you're getting the tier 3 slot for each of these archetypes. And you have to pick which ones you want. So you need to make sure that you're picking the right ones and the easiest ones to get the certain abilities you may want. But you also got to think about a bit of the broader path for everyone else, right? It is your card, but for the community here as well. If you're designing a quarterback, you can obviously pick one of these 4 archetypes. In my opinion, you go with 3 improviser slots, 1 field general slot. The reason is this field general, they're able to get hot route master, 90 awareness is going to be really easy to get for any quarterback, or protected, which again is tier 3, 95 overall. That's just going to be baked in the card right there. If you were to do protected right here for a strong arm quarterback, maybe they don't get to 95 awareness, right? Same thing with hot route master. Maybe they don't get 95 awareness. You would like to think they would, but they might not. So you got to go with the easier one. If you want to have hot route master protected, please use field general. Everything else you really need is under improviser, your dashing deadeye, your roaming deadeye, your escape artist, playmaker, stuff like that. Really quite good. Now playmaker, QB playmaker here does require 95 awareness. A lot of cards do have that or are real close to that anyway. It should be okay. But if not, you're still going to give yourself other options. If you happen to pick a quarterback that just has real bad awareness, you're not going to get playmaker. You don't need to do 3 improviser slots, okay? When we talk about running backs, you're talking about elusive, power, and receiving backs. Again, there's not much here that's really crazy. The biggest one here is backfield master. If you wanted to get that on a running back, you would obviously need a receiving slot, right? So I would probably go with like 2 elusive slots, 1 power slot, 1 receiving slot. When we talk about receivers here, I've got the jank version of Excel. But receivers, kind of very similar, you know, a lot of them are pretty good. Just gonna depend what you want. In, you know, post flag elite, if you want to put the ability to put the extra routes on a card, human joystick on a card. But again, human joystick, you got to think about it. It requires 95 agility. 95 agility. Is the card possibly not going to get like 95 agility? Like DK Metcalf is not going to get 95 agility, right? There's no way. If you happen to pick him. Otherwise, a lot of the stuff just sort of it exists. There's not anything that's really hard to do. If you want to grab and go, you obviously should pick a deep threat slot, right? And I think that's basically the only one. Jukebox at 95 juke. Again, if you really wanted that, you could sort of plan for that. But again, if you wanted like the routes, you could wide receiver apprentice right here is basically a route running or slot receiver, you know, spot there. You guys see that okay? I don't even know. I hope so. We'll find out. And then you go to defense, and tight end you could sort of do that as well. But defensively, if you're going to be picking a linebacker, okay, you know, obviously you want to be able to get lurker and enforcer, tackle supreme, universal coverage, right? If you want universal coverage, you can't have all field general slots. Obviously, what you would need to do here is a pass coverage middle linebacker or a pass coverage outside linebacker, right? Pretty simple. But for middle linebacker, say you wanted to do Deion Jones, right? I'm a Falcons fan. I want to have tackle supreme, so I'm going to give him bam, field general slot there. I want to have enforcer. You need to have 90 hit power regardless for enforcer. It's going to go in any slot. You can't really go wrong there. If you want to have universal coverage, obviously you just need pass coverage there. If you wanted to have lurker, where's lurker? Lurker's up here. Again, any slot's really going to be okay. If you happen to have an outside linebacker like that Julius Peppers that we talked about right here, there are 4 outside linebacker spots, right? If you want to give him lurker, you're going to have to pick pass coverage or run stopper for a slot. If you want to give him enforcer, again, he just needs 90 hit power. That's going to be pretty easy. If you want to have tackle supreme, you want a run stopper slot, right? Right, it just makes sense. 88 tackles, the lowest one. But I think a lot of what we're going to get is safeties here. A lot of safeties. I just feel that that's going to be a thing. Best thing for abilities is support safety. They get all the good abilities much easier. much easier. We're talking universal coverage, right? It's 98 overall. Check, they're going to get it regardless. Enforcer, 90 hit power. Obviously, you need 90 hit power regardless there. Tackle supreme, 88 tackle, right? Lurker, 95 overall. So support safeties are going to be a real big thing. Real big. If you do a safety, that's basically just the way you go. Do 4 support safety slots. That's fine because they're going to get everything and everything easier. That's easily the best archetype. So in a way, this is going to work out pretty well. I'm really excited for it. But again, if you happen to get one, pick the card you want to do. You know, maybe it's your favorite player or a player on your favorite team, right? And go from there, and we can help sort of design and make this the best usable card, right? I don't want to say, oh, you should do Michael Vick, or oh, you should do Lamar Jackson, or Julio Jones, or Taylor Mays. All great options, but maybe you're just a fan of someone else, you know? Maybe you're who's a random quarterback? Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers golden ticket would be an amazing card done correctly, right? You're a running back guy. You can pick anyone you want. You know, if you're a big Larry Fitzgerald fan, you have a chance to make that a usable card now. Better archetype, much more usable. Safety. A lot of times there's these safeties in the game that they just they don't quite get everything you would really want. Now you could do that. Now, if you want to do D-line, and I don't really think D-line is necessary, but I know some of you guys are going to do it. There's not really 4 good slots. There's 3 good slots for D-line. I guess there could be 4, but it's who you want. Who you want. I'm here to help. I will not pick your card. I will not give any input on who you should pick, but I will help you out. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Take the advice. Have fun. I'm excited. You should be excited too. See you guys next time. I got problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I wanted. The phone and affection, I summon and dub it. Cause bitch, I got problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I